Welcome to the Referrals Podcast, the show designed to help everyone from the solopreneur to the Fortune 500 company win the referral game. If you want to build a company with an army of ambassadors and raving fans who speak highly of you and refer you willingly, you are in the right place. And now, here is your host, Michael J. Maher.
Hello, everyone, and this is Michael J. Maher with another amazing episode of Referrals Podcast. We are on the road to 1 million downloads, and we are so appreciative of you being here, listening, viewing on YouTube, and taking in this podcast however you may on a weekly basis. Just so much appreciation coming out of me. I just did an appreciation video for our RMA members, our ambassadors, our Referral Mastery Academy champions and ambassadors, and I'm just overflowing with appreciation. I live a life pretty heavy on appreciation anyway. I truly believe that we have to implement appreciation as love in reaction to everything that happens to us, the good, the bad, and even the ugly. And yet, I am even more swollen with appreciation and pride right now than ever before. And I'm going to share quite a few reasons like why that is here in a second. Here's the thing. I just want you to know that we are coming into what I consider two of the most exciting months in Referral Mastery Academy and Generosity Generation history. And also, if you are a realtor, lender, or in the real estate capacity at all, I'm telling you that the next 2 months could be critical to your success, not just for the first quarter and not just for 2026, but actually for the rest of your career. And I'll talk a little bit about that here in a little bit. Now, today I really want to start with the first thing is you'll notice that I'm flying solo today. I am recording this early in the morning. It is a chilly morning here in Atlanta. We actually got snow. Now, when I say snow, please understand I'm from Kansas and I really do know what snow is. We did get some dusting, but this is super early for Atlanta and just like amazing. And I'm glad it wasn't more because any more and Atlanta shuts down, as you probably remember from Snowmageddon, that was probably 10 years ago, shut down the entire city. So I'm flying solo, and I did this because, and I actually plugged this episode in before some of the others because of Notevember, to be quite honest with you. So if you could still sign up for Notevember, and trust me, it's super inexpensive. It's a 30-day challenge. It's a recorded video of me each and every morning. And then I have a prompt for you to write a handwritten note. 30 notes in 30 days. You could still sign up. You still could catch up, and you could still win some great prizes. But what I'm really excited about is what I'm already hearing and what we're already receiving from people as feedback, unsolicited feedback from people who are doing the 30-day challenge of Notevember with us. And so I'm actually going to share those testimonials first, and then I'm actually going to show you like real world, you know how they do box openings? We're going to do real world handwritten note openings, like literally right in front of you. And I am going to read them, not necessarily always out loud, but I'm going to read them. And then I'm going to just like, we're going to go over the receiving, right? Receiving a handwritten note and the power that lies within it, in it. And what I hope, I pray that embeds in your brain is the power that appreciation has, not just in the recipient, but also in the sender, you, the sender of the note. So I want to jump into that. But first of all, I'm going to just literally read some of these testimonials that I am seeing left and right. So, I mean, these are real referrals, real comments from people that are in Notevember right now. So, first one says, wrote an offer for a client that has bought a lot of houses for my team with cash. They all use the monthly rental money to give to missionaries. So that note was, who is the most giving person you know? That was the prompt. And write a note to the most giving person you know. Now here's the lesson is, what do you know about the most giving person you know? You know that they're a giver. What happens when you give to a giver? You know what happens when you give to a giver? Yeah, they tend to reciprocate. It's really hard to outgive a giver. It's really hard to outgive me. Like there are very few people that I know of that can like outgive me or have outgiven me in a lifetime. I That's how much value I want to bring to people's lives. And like if you give me an ounce of interest, I will give you a ton of love. That is literally my epitaph on my tombstone that will hopefully not have to be erected for a long time. But if you give me an ounce of interest, I'll give you a ton of love. And that's the truth, right? So, I mean, when they wrote this handwritten note, what does that do? This is an offer for a client that has bought a lot of houses for my team with cash. That's a lot. What is that person going to do? That person is going to continue using that realtor forever, right? Because of appreciation. And I'm telling you something is that, and I hope this doesn't come out harshly, but there's a lot of people who feel like realtors are more entitled and act entitled versus act appreciative. Now, I know that's not everyone, and certainly if you're in Gen, I know it's not you, but and you're like, I am appreciative, and it's important to be appreciative, but there's something far more important than saying I am appreciative or even being appreciative. It is acting on your appreciation and showing appreciation. Having like a handwritten note is the manifestation of your appreciation. So it means more, a lot more than you just saying thank you. So a lot of these other ones are received a referral from a handwritten note, received two referrals from a handwritten note, just one referral so far. And you got to realize we're only 10, 12 days into this. I got an email from someone who got my card wanting to set up a coffee. They got a 1-to-1 from the handwritten note. A past client referred me to her best friend, referral. Received 5 referrals since yesterday's note. Now, they didn't get all 5 of those. I did follow up on this one. They did not get all 5 of those from yesterday's note. It's actually the accumulation of the 10 notes that have already gone out. So good stuff. And then here we go. I ended up with 2 new listings, 2 new under contracts, $32,725 in commission for those playing at home. Haha. Just by doubling down more methodically on my Gen engine with handwritten notes. The project I am currently working on is one of my largest to date. And it came from right after I read 7L and started implementing some of the strategies that were in the book, including handwritten notes. 2 referrals today. Received a referral yesterday. Friends called me last week and asked for my opinion about the value of one of their multi-family properties. 5 transactions later, they called me this week to put a beautiful Victorian era home on my personal favorite street in town. I mean, come on. From my event this weekend, a friend approached me to join my team and bring luxury clientele. So one of the parts that I love about this time of year is that we actually combine event mastery with Notevember. And part of what you need to do is write 25 handwritten notes uh, in association with your event, either a thank you or an invitation or a confirmation that is handwritten and sent out. And kudos to everybody. They are implementing, which is the key to all this. Received one yesterday. They received a referral yesterday. Networking and showing up for people has paid off for me so much lately. I'm working lots of referrals right now, as I have throughout the entire year. I am grateful to Referco for the guidance and encouragement day in and day out. It's actually getting harder now to give more referrals than I receive, right? I received a referral from a past client friend from college. We haven't talked much in 20 years, but I started reaching out with handwritten notes and checking in with folks I'd lost touch with thanks to Referco. Received a referral, one referral today. I sent a power note to someone I met at a home show that vendors go to. I specifically went to meet a vendor and sent her a note with a PS, and the PS said, call me, and she did. She is now donating 10 baskets to my Blessings Basket event. She's obviously doing an event, right? We got a sponsor. Here we go. Handwritten note went out. Got a reply. We got a sponsor to pay for all of our pies and another to pay $1,500 for whatever we need. That, my friend, is, I mean, we're 10 days in. We're 10 or 11 days in. That's that's pretty powerful. So that's from now, some of those are from a combination of event mastery combined with Notevember and handwritten notes. But for those of you that need some content and you need to maybe take some notes every time we do a referrals podcast, your note today is the 7 steps to a power note. And the 7 steps are very straightforward. Number one is use unbranded note cards and colored envelopes. So when you gather your notes to write, you preferably would put something on unbranded cards. Now they can be symbolic or uh, tied to you personally. Like I use lighthouses a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean every other note that goes out of here has a lighthouse on it. And you can also make it like I remember Shannon Julian. We had a team member who hers said Shannon Julian, like white on white cards, which was really, really classy and cool and simple, like just fit her to a T. I just love those notes, very memorable notes. I do want you to know that if you send something that is not as symbolic, it's just a card, right? And a white envelope, right? A white envelope, that's a good thing. It's okay. The 7 steps to a power note is what is the perfect note. So number one is unbranded cards with colored envelopes if you can get them, right? And you can buy colored envelopes on Amazon very inexpensively. Trust me on that. And then number two is you want to use blue ink. Use blue ink in your writing. And the reason for that is, with black ink, it can be copied very easily. It doesn't quite, it could look printed depending on your handwriting. And what we know about blue is that it's everybody's favorite color, or at least 80% of the population. It says calm, it says cool, it says professional, and most importantly, it means real and authentic, like press hard, sign. When you sign documents at a title company to buy a new house or at a dealership to buy a new car, you're signing with blue ink. It means real. So guess what? Use blue ink. Number three is use the word you as much as possible and limit the amount of time that you use the word I, me, my, and even we. There are some phenomenal exceptions when we makes a lot of sense when you're talking about you and that person. So if you're looking to partner, using we can be really powerful. in a handwritten note, but don't use we in terms of your company, your staff, your team, and you. Don't like, how can we help you? If you're going to write that, you might as well write, how can I help you? Hopefully you understand that. You want this note to be from you, not your company. And then you want to use the word you as much as possible because the note is about them. And this is going to force you to focus on their characteristics, their things that you love, and what they did that you really, really appreciate, or how they are character wise that you really appreciate. So make sure you use the word you, minimize that I, me, and my, and of course we. And, there's a lot of salespeople out there that honestly don't have enough space between their eyes. And when I say that, it's not a physical limitation. I'll let you figure that out. Now, the next one is that we want to be specific with our praise. When you write a handwritten note, you want to call out something specific about them that they did, said, or were that you are expressing your appreciation. I have to tell you, I've gotten 5 or 6 handwritten notes where the front of it said, where is that? The front of it said, thank you, seriously. And then I open it up and it says, thank you. And then it's either signed a company, that is a useless card, or signed somebody's name. And I may or may not even remember who that person is or the last name or whatever it may be. I mean, we're talking that that's a thank you card, but man, that's almost a worthless thank you card. So we want to be specific with our praise. What are you thanking me for? What do you appreciate about me when you write that note? Right? And that's a big one. Now, the next one is the power of a power note can be self-improvement. We can actually become better human beings by writing handwritten notes. Now, there's a lot of research on this about writing versus typing and how it etches in your brain versus typing doesn't, how it's better to learn when you write notes. Write, like, actually, when you're at a place, take handwritten notes instead of typing your notes or using AI or something like that to take your notes. It's better to write them down for memory and for conversion with other thoughts and ideas in your brain. And I am a product of the power of positive projection. So you can use handwritten notes. This is number 5. You can use handwritten notes to identify and acknowledge in others the things that you want to improve on. So I was very disorganized when I started in this business. There's a lot to manage when it comes to real estate. And if you're disorganized, you're extremely stressed. I was stressed. I was disorganized. So I knew that I needed to become more organized. And I actually read like how to become more organized. And I would get books that talked about different things. And I discovered through my research that, by writing and acknowledging the people, and you can either do it privately, you can go, I noticed when Stacy did this, she was organized by doing this. And you take notes to yourself for yourself to become more organized, right? So you notice it, acknowledge it, then you implement it. Like you would take notes when you're learning from a webinar or a Zoom or in a class. Well, my just thought process is if I'm going to notice that and write about it, I should write about it and put it in a handwritten note and let them know that I noticed it, because it was complimentary. And that's my modus operandi is positive. I'm positive, I'm optimistic, and I'm appreciative. So I just started putting them in handwritten notes and sending handwritten notes to organized people. And I sent them to sellers. I sent them to the transaction coordinator in my office. I sent them to other agents. I sent them to buyer's agents where I was the listing agent. I sent them to listing agents when I was the buyer's agent. And I picked up all these little organizational tricks that along the way because I was ingrained to notice them. My reticular activating system, if that is actually a thing, was actually, my alert was up. Well, I didn't just have the alert up, I actually wrote them down. When I wrote them down and sent cards to others, it forced me to be accountable to putting into play the little organizational things that I noticed. And all of a sudden, I was taking the best organizational structures, systems, and processes from people. And all of a sudden, now we have these phenomenal checklists, phenomenal systems, processes. Some people would consider me OCD to this day. And it's really just an extension of learning how to become more organized and putting my radar up on how to be more systematized. So that's a big one. Here, it's one I don't talk about a lot when it comes to Power Notes because I just want to get people to write basic notes. But you can really, I mean, you can turn a handwritten note into perhaps the greatest self improvement, self help device known to mankind. Is that cool or what? All right. So the next one is write rightly. When I say write rightly, you want to write your handwritten notes in a way that slopes upward and to the right. A way that I cheat when I do this is I will actually write their name in the upper left hand corner, and then I will start just below the name and I will aim for the upper right hand corner. And what that does is it tilts the entire note, the flow of the note. Like if you were looking at it from 5 feet away, the flow of the note would be up and to the right. Now, this is from a book called Your Handwriting Can Change Your Life from Vamela Rogers. I'm essentially giving you the best part of the book, in my opinion. Good book, definitely check it out. But the best part was that if you want to be successful, copy successful people. And one of the ways that you can copy successful people is writing up and to the right with your notes, not the words, but actually the sentences and the lines. Way back in the day, there, if you went to a Catholic school, you probably feel me here, but they would put a ruler, or you would put a ruler, and you would write your notes perfectly straight across. The difference in today's world, the modern power note, is now you would take that ruler and tilt it a little bit up on the right, which would send it down on the left, and you would write your notes slightly up and to the right. Number 6 is write rightly. And then number 7 is what we do with a handwritten note and turn it into a marketing device, or I would I would call it I would call it a relationship building device on steroids. So the plus of the PS, and it definitely is a plus. So PS, or you can use a post-it. I use post-its a lot simply because I use a little bit smaller cards. So I have to kind of add 3 dimensions to my 2 dimension cards, if you will. But you can write your PS on a post-it and stick it on top, and then people call. Like I got this one from Tanya. It says, PS, how do you rate the parachute note year after year and keep it fresh? Mine is always the same person. Let me know. Please text me at her phone number. And I did. I texted her, right? I mean, she was nice enough to write me a note. But here's the thing. If she wrote me the note and there was no PS, there would be no text. And if there is no text, there is no what's next. So I don't have time to dive deeply into the PS, but just use PSs in your handwritten notes, because a PS is going to help make it a power note. Truly adds power to it, and your PS can easily be written on a post-it or a sticker. Though, just make sure the sticker isn't too sticky, but you know what I'm saying, right? You good? Those are the 7 steps to a power note. So I've gotten some notes. I've already opened some notes. Love them. They're awesome. Please notice colored, right? Colored. Big thank you. Colored envelope. Definitely noticed it. White envelope, all good. She had extras, right? So right here, very right. Freedom makes sense for him. I love that. I mean, pink on pink. That's pretty cool, right? This is pretty cool. And not only that, but listen, look at this. This, I don't know if this was actually cut with a jagged edge scissors, but this is really, really cool. And it doesn't get less expensive than that handwritten note right there. I mean, I love it. Thank you for having such a huge impact on my life and my business. Your tried and true teaching, coaching, and implementing have given me so much confidence. Again, you are appreciated, and I want you to know that. Again, many thanks. Best. And then, P.S., text me when you get this phone number. I've already texted her, right? So, just great stuff. And so we've got these, right? So I've got some notes here. Got some notes here. Pick a note, any note. Can you see that all right? Right. Pick a note, any note. So what note would you pick? What note? I'll put that back like that. Right. What note would you pick? I really want to know. Like go to join Gen. Go to our Facebook group and let me know. Let me know what note would you choose if you had to choose a note? Would you just choose randomly? Or is there one that's in here? And I'm trying to get all of them shown. Is there one in here that jumps out to you? Right? I'm going to tell you that for me, now you tell me which one jumps out to you. But I have always been a fan of brightly colored notes. Always. So I am going to open this. I may or may not say who it's from. It's from someone who has been in Gen for 10 years, who's been an RMA member for 10 years. Um, so I find that interesting. It has a forever stamp on it, um, and handwritten, blue ink on the front, blue ink on the back. Let me open this. Oh my gosh, it is sealed. This puppy is sealed. I have, I actually have a letter opener. Probably should use that. That's all right. All right. The opener, the great opener. Yellow on yellow. Talk about unbranded. Here's the thing. Would you feel less because you got this note? This is a bright yellow envelope, bright yellow. Now, I have to tell you what I'm feeling is intrigue. I feel there's a little mystery. This has, I mean, wouldn't it be cool if there was just like one letter when you, oh, or you want to hear something really cool? Oh my God. I just had, I'm going to just shout out who this is from. This is from Heron Kreitner. But let me tell you something. I just thought of something genius because of Heron Kreitner, because of this note. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you, could you imagine note, getting a handwritten note, right? Handwritten, forever stamp with a heart on it. Doesn't have to have the heart, but like good stamp. You open it up and it is a nondescript yellow card. Ladies and gentlemen, you open it up and it's just a QR code. It's just a QR code. Would that be like the most intriguing thing? Do you like that idea? Go to joingengen.com and go to the Facebook page and let's talk about what we could do with events, what we could do with invitations, what we could do with like one-to-ones, like what we could do with just blank notes, color envelopes, and you open it up and it's just a QR code and it says scan me. Ooh, I'm liking that. I am liking that. I am liking that. Sorry, my brain is always in marketing mode. Always. All right, Michael, thank you for being that beacon of shining light. There are no shortcuts in sales, only proven and better systems. Strategies like 7L. It has helped bring out more of the IND in me and develop better relationships. It helped me develop better relationships and give slash receive more referrals. You truly care about your tribe, and it's great we get to mm, speak with you live every month, special time or several times a month, right? So who does that? Continued success. Heron. This is from Heron Kreitner. With, are you kidding? Right? Post-it note. Bright orange. It would be an honor for you to come speak at my office. How can we make that happen? Text me with details. Sounds like maybe a speaking engagement in the future, right? And notice how that is like a win-win. Am I going to text Heron? The answer is I'm going to text Heron. Period. I'm going to text him. I love it. I love it. You like that note? All right. Let's do a couple more and just, oh, so here's the thing, right? Did he follow the 7 steps? Was it an unbranded card with a colored envelope? Yes. Was it, um, did he write in blue ink? Yes, 100% blue ink. Did he write rightly? He wrote slightly rightly, right? So it is going up and to the right. Um, did he use the word you, right? It was, right? He said, helped get, he didn't use the word I. Did he actually? Oh, what a great sentence. I'm going to read this sentence again. It has helped bring out more of the, not my. He said the. It has helped bring out more of the I and D, develop better relationships, and give slash receive more referrals. There is not an I, me, or my in that entire part. We get to speak with you live so that we, in this case, is the entire tribe. But that, so like A plus for using the word you and making the note about me. Was he specific with his praise? Yes, he praised the system, the strategies, and honestly, the communication. So all right. Did he use the power of positive projection? I don't know exactly what he's working on, but like he's talking about being caring. It's talking about communication. It talks about bringing out more of his I and D on his disc behavioral styles. So I would say even a little bit of the power of positive projection there. And then, did he write rightly? Yes. Did he use the plus of the PS? Yes. So a power note, ladies and gentlemen, A plus plus power note, and is going to get a response from me in a heartbeat. So, all right, let's open a big one. All right. So this is so that one's from Heron. And like if you're in Gen, you're like, oh, Heron. We all love Heron, right? Everybody loves Heron. I love Heron. So now we have somebody, this is Lori Knott. And Lori is new. She's new to our community. She hasn't been in for just a few months. So she wrote me a yellow, big yellow. I love it's a Hallmark. Hallmark. Do you guys, I'm from Kansas City. It's a Hallmark card. That's near and dear my heart. Hallmark. Hallmark has been a sponsor for stuff for us in Kansas City. Hallmark, we have helped many, many people who work at Hallmark find homes, sell their homes, and invest in homes and so on and so forth. So love that. So this is a major league card, right? And all right, so unbranded, right? Colored envelope, A plus so far. All right, writing rightly. Yep, write rightly, slightly up and to the right. It's almost straight, but it does go up to the right, especially at the bottom. It definitely starts to go up more. Um, all right, you were the first to come to mind when I saw this card or when seeing this card. How about that for I read it wrong. She said you were the first to come to mind when seeing this card. Did you notice that she rephrase the sentence to leave the word I, me, or my out. That is brilliance. Your ability to sprinkle love, generosity, and appreciation with others is something that is admirable. You are making myself and many others better, both personally and professionally. Never realized how challenging it is to write in an upward slant. LOL. It's a work in progress, but here for the challenge. Thank you for being you. Appreciative of you, Lori Knott. Boom. Definitely about me, definitely specific, very specific. And power positive projection, sometimes, I don't know. I mean, but definitely said that the sprinkle love, generosity, and appreciation is admirable. So that is the power of positive projection. She's looking to become more loving, generous, and appreciative. Absolutely love this note. Love this note. Cool look, right? Sprinkle hearts, right? The hearts. All right. P.S. Would you please text me, phone number, to let me know you got this? The USPS has been having some issues on our end, which it's having issues all around the country, especially right now. So lots of truth to that. And so that is the plus of the PS. Ladies and gentlemen, like, come on. First of all, I just like, I mean, how do I feel reading that? How do I feel reading? How do you feel when I'm reading that? Now, I read it almost like a teacher, and sometimes you got to be a little logical when you're a teacher and not as much emotional. But I want you to know, like both of those notes hit a string. They resonate with me at my inner energy level, and just uh, I'm telling you, like, are you writing handwritten notes? And if not, why not? Um, you can join the Notevember.com challenge at Notevember.com. It's extremely inexpensive. We'll give you a free month of RMA just for signing up for the challenge. That's right. You get a free trial of Referral Mastery Academy for doing it. We have some really exciting things coming up in the next couple of months, including the YAPS disclosure, right? We are going to do Referral Mastery the first 2 weeks of December, which means that I'm going to give you two 52-week plans for your database. One is for everyone you know. The other is for your top people because they deserve more of your money, your energy, your effort, and your time. So you need two 52-week plans, one for everyone you know, and the other one for your top people. Let's say top 25, top 150, whatever it may be for you. At my greatest heights of having lots and lots of referral sources, I had 199 people that were ambassadors referring me more than one a year, right? So, you know, it's just those 199 deserve more of everything than the, whatever it was, the 2,500 that I knew. So there you go. So that's coming up. And if you're an RMA, you get those included. So those are included in your monthly subscription to Referral Mastery Academy. So just great stuff. I just had to give you an update on Notevember. Hopefully you found this helpful. I am literally writing down the QR code idea. Did you like that? If you did, go to joingen.com, joingen.com, and join the private Facebook group. And we do it private because we keep the bots out. We only want Gen people in. You're not going to see a lot of like frustration in there. You're not going to see a lot of negativity in there. You're not going to see a lot of cuss words in there or any. You're going to see loving, generous, and appreciative people sharing to make each other better. That's really what you're going to find. So if you're the type that wants to vent or express your frustration about clients or other real estate agents or whatever it may be, the weather, probably not a good fit for you. But if you're looking to get better and if you're looking to build your business based on love, generosity, and appreciation, join us at joingengen.com. And please, you like the QR code idea? Which handwritten note would you choose out of the stack? And the last one is, did this inspire you? Did this podcast episode inspire you to write at least one handwritten note? At least one. The only bad handwritten note is the one that is not sent. And I truly believe that. Why? Why don't more people write handwritten notes? Everybody knows they should, but they haven't or they don't. And it's such a great habit. It's such a great habit. I will tell you one way to develop a habit is have a stack of them. Have a stack on your desk, right? I have them in the studio. I have them on my work desk, my writing desk. Somebody you think of, boom, write it and get it out. It's worth it. All right, everybody. I hope that you found this podcast helpful. I hope that you found it inspiring. Just know that I love you. I appreciate you. The holidays are upon us. I hope you have the happiest holidays ever. And we'll see you on the next episode of Referrals Podcast.